Let's go video panel. There we go. So we are 8:31. We'll give everybody another minute or so. A lot of stuff going on. Hey, Kim Price requires. So let's make sure she gets approved into that page. Oops. Give me just a second, guys. Multitasking at its best. There you go. Kim's in. We got people from the Philippines. We got people all over the country. We got people from Bermuda. I don't know if Kevin's here yet. Hey, Randy, welcome to the call. Hey, Colise. Cool. Everybody a minute or so.
I feel like I'm having a hot flash.
Well,
it's one of those days where you wake up and you
know,
just,
some guys have it, some guys
you never stop.
We've had a really busy day, guys.
Woo.
Just a kind of crazy day. And good thing we enjoy each other. Good thing Joy thinks I'm funny.
You're hot. And purple. We love purple. Purple will stay.
All righty. Randy Crane. Mr. Crane. Yes, indeed. We'll start here, guys. I'll tell you what, let's take this off. So you guys have all seen this, right? Everybody's heard about it. A lot of questions, comments, thoughts. We get it. Tavala announces a new partnership with a company called Viiva. Let's take this off here. We're going to start the share. And we're going live. So thanks for being on here tonight. We know there's whenever there's a change, whether it's good, even if it's good, it's not easy, right? And change is change. Everything changes, but we all tend as humans want to kind of lock things down and keep them the same. So you guys have seen the video. You've seen You've seen the email. Many of you have seen the video that corporate published tonight with some of the leaders sharing their thoughts and like that with this new combination. And Joy and I just wanted to share with you a lot of information. We spent over an hour on the phone with the CEO and I don't know if he's the VP of, I don't know if, Randy, you may correct me, marketing or sales or whatever, but we want to share with you where the process that we went through.
It was a process.
It was a process. It was how the whole thing came down and how we heard about things happening. We chose not to go to Utah, and we're still cool with that conversation. Here's the deal, guys. You are independent business people. You are your company. I don't work for any company. I work for a company called Dave and Joy, right? Or work for Dave and Joy. Believe me, do I work? But when we started looking at this and saw all the other people that had hit certain ranks there in Utah yesterday, we'd love to have been there, but at the same time, we knew that our conversation and our decision was really accurate. Our only sense, we have two senses of responsibility. One is to ourselves, and the other, probably a bigger responsibility, is to you guys. And not to blow smoke up your skirt or anywhere else, but our goal is to be authentic. Many of you have come on board, and many of you have brought people on board who have brought people on board because of authenticity, because of congruence. Yeah, it is trust. It is trust.
Yeah.
And
that's why we left our former company.
Yeah.
And we trusted Tavala.
Yeah.
And Randy on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when you hear about the new change, and yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on, guys. So we did speak with the corporate, the new, I don't know what you want to call them, Viiva, and we want to share with you our sense of it, our feelings of it, what we learned, what we found out, and so you have a sense, hopefully, like we do, of what's going on. Do you have any place you want to start on this, or you just want to?
It's interesting because I hadn't even had coffee, and I got a phone call from someone who's not even on our team, but from another country. People are just like,
don't call Joy before coffee. That's what I have to say.
No, it was great. It's just like we just all want to feel safe with change. That's all. It was really good.
Yep.
And what I really like is that we will not blow smoke or say something just to move forward in a direction that may benefit us. And some of the best comments that I've seen today have been like, if you believe this is a good thing, I do too. And so it was really good. I love doing that. We have talked to so many different people, culminating with the Randy connected us to Zoom with the corporate team at Viiva, and that's what we want to share. We don't have all the answers. It's just that we want to give you our comfort level going forth now. And
to be blunt, we were distinctly considering not going forth this morning, and I think I just want to be transparent on that. Okay.
Is that just this morning?
Yeah, it's been a long week today. So here's what we found. One of the reasons that we joined Tavala was because of transparency, authenticity, congruence. Both Randy and Alan, and then they brought on Craig, which we always knew and loved. And that's the reason a lot of you guys have come on here. So what you'll find is your team was typically a reflection of who you are and who you're being in the world. And so we feel like you guys are a really perfect response example of who we are in the world, which is no BS, be authentic, be real, rubber meets the road, that kind of a thing. So when we heard this change was coming, and we didn't even hear it was coming because there was all kind of, I don't know, I call it crap, but non-disclosure agreements and that kind of crap. But when we heard everything happening, we had to get involved and we had to find out what it was. So conversation today. So you guys, we came here because of authenticity and clarity of conversation and transparency. What we found today, talking to the CEO, Kent Wood, the vice president, again, I forget if he's marketing or sales, I don't know what he calls himself, Craig Johansson. We found a consistent transparency, a consistent authenticity. That'd be accurate.
Absolutely.
And we found something else. And we'll talk about some details too, but I want to give you a sense and overview. These guys are the real deal. I've never run into this level of clarity, of knowledge, and here's a really cool thing. There was no selling going on, and we asked a lot of questions and a lot of very direct questions. This is who we are. This is our business, and we have to sleep at night. We have to look in the mirror and go, you're doing the right thing for yourself. You're doing the right thing for your family, and be able to look each one of you in the eye and say, this is what we got. So we found a clarity with this group that honestly I didn't expect. And I was looking for red flags here, guys. I was looking for it because it was like, this is a bunch of, how do you say this?
Well,
this is a bunch of bullshit. I wanted to know that this was real, right? And I don't have any red flags left. Right.
No, right. I just want to say sometimes we bring our own baggage because we've seen this with other companies. So we were bringing an experience when things merge or change or people are brought in, but we were pleasantly surprised.
Well, usually there's smoke screens and there's spin and there's a bunch of crap.
That was our personal experience in the past.
Yeah.
So we brought, so anyway, I'm really glad that we did our due diligence. I'm really glad that we sat back honestly and we had the opportunity today to.
Somebody's trying to call us on Facebook. Are you stinking kidding me?
It's your mom.
No, it's not. Oh, it is my mom.
Oh, that's serious. Anyway.
Bless her heart. I'll need to call her.
Hey, my dad was banging at the door this morning and we were talking to someone important. Anyway, yeah. This is how our day has been.
So.
And I looked, oh no.
Yeah, I need to call Mama. So anyway, so let me give you a little bit overview. And I'm not going to get into their whole story and how they met and all the connection with Tavala like that. Short story. Pardon?
It's magical.
Okay. Do you want to tell it?
No. Okay. We'll talk about it another time.
Okay,
it's not
cool.
important here.
Okay. So, number one, these guys have done this before. The CEO was one of the founders and the CEO of a company called Zango. They ended up doing about 600 million a year. So this is not his first rodeo. The VP that we spoke to today had been with him and known him for 28, 29 years. They have a real connection. There's a real camaraderie there. And what they've learned from not only being on the side of buying companies, but also on the side of being a company that was being bought is what's important. And what we got really clear, not just from their words, but their feeling and their sense of things, that they understand that the field, you guys, us guys, this is the most important piece to take. They weren't looking to buy a company. They were looking to open up a company called Viiva, Viiva, and open it up on 1/9/19, right? January 9th of 2019. Then when this came across us, they were looking for products, contacted Boyd, our past owner, and asked for products. And he said, well, that's one thing. How about, would you consider a downline? And so this was a shift in their process and their program. And they moved it ahead a little bit quicker than they were going to, simply because we got the cruise coming up in a week and 4 days. So that'll be fun. And there'll actually be a few, these guys are going to be in Orlando that Saturday evening, November 3rd. So we'll get the times and get that all for you. It'll be at the Renaissance right there at the airport. But so you can come meet them. If you're within driving 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours driving, you're going to want to come down there and meet them, and you're going to want to hang with us, right? So that'll be fun. I forget where I was going. Dang on it.
Business.
All business. Talking
No,
about,
not the warm and fluff. It's just, what we were looking when we joined Tavala, we were looking for a new home forever. And we were looking not to make a little money, but the big checks. And what I believe this merge is going to accomplish for everyone is that we're going to have a bigger presence. I think that it's going to be positive in all ways. It's interesting because we came from a binary and then had to learn the unilevel and go wide. So we have to, regroup things. But there is some really cool strategy that we can do in a positive way between now and the beginning of January to bring people on, to position them, to get them on with no fee. There's going to be a lot of positives. And honestly, if we had gone to Utah and spent time, was it just yesterday? Yeah. I never would have thought of the questions. I mean, I was firing questions and Dave's like thinking, because Dave's usually the talker. I mean, I asked a lot of questions because I came from a company where they went from a unilevel to a binary to unilevel. All things can happen, but I was really, really pleased that with what we heard and the sincerity and the
non-selling of it. They honestly don't need us, guys. And there was no arrogance there. It was just, they know what they have. And once I heard it, and once we heard it, we started seeing that they do have it. They do get it. These are the guys to take us to that next level. And
really
probably,
like them. Really.
I had a good feeling.
And on the Zoom, you can see them and you can feel the energy. And anyway, that was good.
Got a sense for congruence. You mentioned compensation plan. Let me chat on this for a minute. One of the things that's really exciting about this, that Tavala has a really solid compensation plan, but it wasn't sexy. It didn't have that, I don't know what it was. People needed to buy in and go after it, which is what you need if you want to build a fast-growing, impactful business. So this compensation plan, and I'm not going to get into all the details. I don't know all the details, okay? And you don't have to know all the details to make a ton of money, but let me share what I do know. Number one, it is set up, there's 2 pieces. Number one, Tavala is a unilevel, which means we build wide. The unilevel is still in place here. It's used for what's called a check match. And check match is typically, once you get to the higher levels, at least 2/3 of your income. What creates the speed of growth and the speed of building is the front end of this. And the front end of this, there's two distinct components. One of them is a quick start, which is packs that people can buy that you can make money right away, right up front when they do buy them. It also positions them to earn more money with the compensation plan. And then number 2, the binary. There's 2 main forms of a compensation plan in this industry. One is the unilevel, which is one UNA, right? One level, and you build level down. So Joy and I have promoted, we've done this with this company. We all have somewhere in the neighborhood of almost 400 people on our first level that we personally enrolled, customers, members, most are customers. In a binary, but with that unilevel, there is no got to get in, got to get in, got to get moving type of feeling. With a binary where you're building two legs, bi meaning two, when you're building two legs, there is an advantage for people to get in right now and right now, right now, because if they don't, if they get in now, they're going to be having people placed under them. So there's a speed of build that is built into the whole conversation of binary. Now, the United States, from what we heard today, has kind of, this is a pendulum, right? It swings back and forth. The U.S. is a little bit more back into this unilevel conversation like Tavala has been. Most of the world is into a binary, and this is a global company. So the binary, and this is called a binary hybrid, which means it's not just a binary, it's not just a unilevel, it's kind of combined, right? So there is some power in this. Number one, there is a launch. We are in literally, we and you too are in a pre-launch. And for those of you who have been in pre-launches before, you know how exciting that can flat be, okay? Pre-launch is when you are talking, and we also at the same time have product. Most pre-launches don't have product. Everybody's hoping, guessing that things are going to work out. We already have product, we already have downlines, and that's not changing. Everything with Tavala, we're still with Tavala, okay? The compensation plan here right now is going to be the same, probably through, it looks like through January the 9th, okay? So nothing's going to change there. If you're earning income, fantastic. If you're not creating the volume and that yet, there's a reason to get moving by sharing what this new compensation plan is. Meaning, as people come on, they can come on today and get involved with Tavala, no enrollment fees, no order if they don't want to, come in as a brand partner. Because when this thing shifts to this new compensation plan or binary, they're going to be higher up on this, on these, what we call the two legs of a binary. And we're going to do a lot of training on that, guys. But the two legs, and the higher up they are, more people are going to be putting people under them. So there's a distinct advantage for somebody to get in right now today with the existing program as it sits, because when this thing shifts, you're going to see a ton more people get involved with Tavala, and it'll be called Viiva at that point, right? So there's some transitionary stuff. They're going to keep the products. As we go through inventory, they'll be rebranding them. Like any good business people, they're going to look and see which products are actually making money for you and for the company, and they'll be introducing new products. I just want to go with that.
That's good.
Okay. But I want to give you a sense of the comp plan. It is a very powerful comp plan. It is a very, what's the word? It's very fair. It allows someone to build very quickly, which if you are here for the dollars, if you're here to earn the income, that is exactly what you're looking for. Okay. So, so we're excited about that. So we got, the more we heard about it, the more fired up that we got about it. If you got any other, what are the notes that we can actually get into today? There will be some of the people from Viiva on the cruise. So if you're already on the cruise, you're going to be able to kind of interface and connect. If you're not, see if you can't get to Orlando on November 3rd by the afternoon, so you can meet some of these people.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, put them below, because we will find answers. Randy's going to give us contact information, and Randy is sort of the go-to guy for us. But we will be able to ask questions. I mean, we asked a ton of questions today, and it was great.
Yeah, no,
and we learned a lot. That was really valuable.
And not only did they answer them elegantly, they answered them willingly, and it wasn't everything being spun to make sure they sold you or what. It was pretty damn impressive.
I just saw Kelly's comment. We were talking about change because, you know, when companies, and I'm thinking of my son, you know, he's probably in the next year going to sell his company. Change is like probably the employees at his company are going to go, wow, what's going on? See, you know, when there's a different CEO, there's you know, things change. So.
Thanks, Kelly. She said, it's your transparency and honesty that allows me to trust. Yeah, thank you.
That's all there is.
That's who we are. That is all there is.
Yeah.
Without that, who gives a rat still in?
Yeah.
TC, he said, how will they transition us to a binary? Great question. What's going to happen, and I don't have all the details, so please, guys, I know there's a lot of questions, and we're going to get those answered, and we're all going to do this together. But how they're going to transition it. Number one, we're in a certain compensation plan and how they transition it. So in November, you're going to start seeing they're going to be moving the data, all of our information, all of our sales and like that, to their new model, which is this hybrid binary unilevel binary matching check program, which we're excited about. And by the way, most companies pay the same percentage out as commissions. Everybody packages it different. Do you want to be able to create, or you just want to attract the big leaders and show these huge bonuses once you hit certain levels, or do you want to attract that new person who can make money out of the gate, which is where we believe it needs to be, because if people are making money quick and they're making good money consistently, they're going to stay. And that's how you build the big checks. But everybody pays generally that same percentage, okay? Some of them feel like they need to add another level of bullshit and say we're paying 60 or 70%, which is never true. Most companies are between 39 and about 48% or so, somewhere in that
Don't
realm.
look at me, I'm not the
Okay.
number.
Okay.
Number
So they say 87.3% of numbers are made up on the spot. Oh, sorry. But no, that's the number I actually heard. So whenever you hear a percentage, go, what the heck's that?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is they're going to actually run two different compensation models to make sure for the first few weeks or so that how we've been paid with Tavala, that this new compensation plan, is going to match it. So you're not going to be making less. So it's going to be equal. It's going to be like that. They've already contacted our server called InfoTrax, who does all of our not really our server, but our information on our commissions and like that, and they're paying them to run a dual program. So we're going to be able to know. So November, they're going to be loading up the information. Through the end of November and December, we're going to, as leaders, and you can be involved in this too, seeing what's been moved. Is it going to be parity? Are you going to be able to be paid? Okay. So that's what's going to be happening. And guys, hear this. There is no perfect way to transition everything. So if you're seeing something that's not like, I think they missed something, don't flip out, don't join, don't call up, suicide hotline or anything like that kind of crap. Just have a conversation with your upline. And if they're flipping out, call us and we'll make sure that we get a transition done. Right?
I do want to say this. There's something that we can use to our advantage because we love Tavala. We love the Tavala products, or you wouldn't be on this call or be listening in.
Right.
But to create some immediacy. So between now and the end of the year, if there's anyone that you've been thinking about having become a brand partner, suggest that they join. Well, there is no fee. Position yourself. And we did this with our other company. It's so interesting. We did this with a friend of mine, and she's like, no, I don't want to hear it. No. And she said, okay, put me in. And she got great results with the product. She became, the floor stripper.
Oh,
or you can mention her name.
Oh.
Yeah, Brooke. Okay.
We won't say Brooke's name.
But she positioned herself so favorably. She told someone who told someone, and the way it worked, because she said yes early on, even though she was kicking and screaming, I believe you, I trust you. I know, buy me a pack.
Right.
And within 6 months, she was making $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
So she said, so we have that as an advantage of, we already know we love the products. We already know we love the Tavala vibe of the tribe and the mission. So all of that is going to stay. We're going to bring that with us. We're just going to tap on to something that can take us to the next level, in my belief.
Right.
So it does give us, an opportunity to say to people, don't hesitate. Now there's reason to move forward.
Yeah. We got something to sell now, guys. We got a compensation plan that you can use to not just encourage people, that people are going to feel compelled they want to join now. A couple questions. Val Campbell, what does this mean for Asia? Fantastic question, Val. Val's developing a group out of Philippines. This company, the majority investor in this company is a very wealthy individual in China. He has $2 billion direct sales companies in China. One's doing over 2.3 or 2.4 billion a year. He has tried twice to get a company started in the U.S. to no avail. He has found he feels like the right people. And as you learn more about the CEO and the people that are who he feels are the right people, you're going to be really impressed. So what's going to happen is there is going to be one world. It looks like, Val, because your next question, the comp plan is without borders. So it's going to be across the board. They want to make sure they can do things and have a complete, eventually within the next year or two, have a complete group in China, which is, I don't know if that's really been done here from the States before. So they're going to want to do something new here. So I hope that helps. So yes, international, everything we currently have, like our French team, that's in place. That's staying in place. Okay, so that doesn't change. If there's product, if there's people that are already using it, they're going to stay with that because that just makes good business sense. Kevin Burrows, Johannesson. It's actually Craig Johansson, Mark Johansson, like that. Let's see. Bob, does Viiva have their own products besides what Tavala has? They have not announced them yet. These guys are literally in pre-launch, and we're not looking to buy another company, although at this point they're thinking this may be a great way to get set up and get it set up faster. So Bob, we don't have they will be coming out with products. That's why they originally talked with our former owner, Boyd. So we expect that things will have. When will we have Deep Pill in the comp plan, Val? That falls under the heading of beats the hell out of me. I don't know if you know. So
Randy.
we'll have that. If there needs to be some conversations with you and some of the people at the corporate, Val, and anybody, we like to organize and create that.
Sure.
I see Cindy and Veronica, a couple people with their hands up here on. Let's see if there's a chat down here. Oh, sorry, Brooke.
What?
Anyway, she said, glad you didn't mention my name. I don't know what you're talking.
Hey, we love the Florida stripper.
Yeah. If there's any Florida stripper, you're always going to be it for me. So she's laughing. Keep the current product line names and the rollout to be once in stages or phases. The products are going to come out as they come out. As the products that are currently with the Tavala name are sold through, they are going to do some rebranding and have that transitioning. So they're being really sensitive to all the new stuff that we are already here, and they're the new kids on the block. TC, you're welcome. The name of the company going to change? Yes, it is. As this transition goes, I don't know how. My guess right now, Ray, is they're going to shift to the new name on
1119.
19.
1919.
11. 11. Okay. So we always tease jokes. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm not so good with numbers.
So it is going to change, which actually gives us a reason to go back to people, reactivate people, and get them moving forward. I hope that answers that. TC Perfect, I don't know, you must be talking about Joy. Val Campbell, for those who may not have been in binary, there's some great advantages. Yes, there are. The important thing for all of us right now is to figure out the strategy for us going forward so we can use the next 3 months to our advantage. Absolutely. Guys, we are looking to create a call on Saturday where we're going to talk about this and talk about how you can use it. So Val, I would love your inputs on that. They are with WeChat Chinese, Facebook, TC, yes, I'm sure. Instead of Skype, or a lot of the Caribbean uses WhatsApp, a lot of the folks in Asia use a app called WeChat, W-E-C-H-A-T. So that'll be something that we do. Hey, Gary. They're big users. Yes, they are. Beats the hell out of me. Okay.
So there you go. Even though we didn't go to Utah yesterday, I feel like we have a good handle on things, and we did our own processing on our own timeline. Okay. And yeah,
they do have a big international marketing strategy. Randy Crane, there will be much more details coming to teach the comp plan. These guys are big on training, yes, which you guys know we are too. So they get that and they want to play with that. Thanks, Reggie. Appreciate it. How will they determine who sits where in the binary? Great question, Mr. Kevin. Mr. Kevin, I'm not willing to make waves with Burrows. Yeah, I can't wait till the cruise. I'm getting so psyched up that you're going to give me a hard time. Can't imagine that. So there's going to be a combination. I think initially they're going to actually transfer it using their own program, and then we're going to have to come in there as leaders and say, this is where I think it needs to move, and like that. So where it makes sense, right? One of the advantages of a binary, guys, and binary being 2, is as you bring people in, you can put them under people, under people, under people. So people in your downline see that you're
Very
going to work.
motivational.
It's extremely motivational.
Yeah.
So we've enrolled almost 400 people here with Tavala, but we've gone wide. So you guys don't know that other than just telling you. What if you saw 1, 2, 3, 4 people dropped underneath you one week, right? All of a sudden you're like, dang, this is real.
Yeah.
This is actually moving. This is going. So the binary is a really great compensation plan. And again, all compensation plans are super positives about each one, and there's negatives. Welcome to the real world, right? So all you have to know to make the most money is how to use what compensation plan you're working with. So don't get lost, and you'll have experts or seemingly experts that say, oh, this is a great plan, or this is a bad plan, or this baloney. Usually when they're doing that, they have never made much money in it. But just learn how to work it. So we're going to teach you that.
Yeah.
We're going to teach you how to, we're going to teach you how to do that. I've got too many of these today. Too much bubbly.
Yeah, stop bubbles.
The most important thing from this is the Curve Prince will still keep his robe.
Oh.
Really?
Who asked that?
That wasn't asked. Reggie Jackson. He's already.
Oh,
he's establishing his territory.
I know.
He's
I
like,
said that we came on wearing this today, and I'm like, oh my god, the purple. And I said, oh my god, the Purple Prince.
That's right. Maybe the fiefdom's over. Maybe
We have no idea. Maybe
we're going from a fiefdom to a democracy. I'm not sure. We're a republic, actually. So I'm not sure today, but Kevin Burrows.
Bring it on.
Kevin Burrows. So with existing members, what will happen? They're going to stay in your downline, right? They're going to stay there. One of the advantages of a binary is you'll get paid. Say if in our current compensation plan, which is unilevel. This is deeper than I wanted to go. You only get, say you hit silver, right? Which you unlock level 2 and level 3. What happens level 4, 5, 6, or whatever? In a binary, you still get paid on those, right? So there's a different, now you may not get your matching check because it goes down levels like unilevel, but you're going to get paid. So there's some real distinct advantages. Kevin, in terms of people going in there and where they're going to go, they're still under you. And there's going to be, I'm sure, some conversation of whether they laid it out correctly initially, and these guys seem to be very sensitive to what we're going to need in the field. Obviously, we're going to find out when we get there. We'll have a better sense, but their knowledge of knowing what's coming and them addressing it before we asked it, let me know that they already have an awareness, which is half the battle, right? So, Kevin, I hope that answers it. Richard said they'll always stay under you. Yes, they will. Your peeps should go under your personal leg. Yeah, we're going to talk about different strategies. There's strategies to build this that you guys want to do. Okay. No, Kelly, you're not starting over. Those people are going to stay with you. Okay. So this is not, you don't lose anything, and what the transition is, you're going to gain a bunch, especially with this new compensation plan. I honestly believe we're going to be able to attract more leaders and more people, perhaps on the fence, and because the compensation plan with Tavala has been a bit vanilla, and I mean that in a loving way, but vanilla meaning, well, not chocolate, but yeah, safe. So it just has that sort of, just nothing that makes you want to, got to get out of bed or got to get in early, right? Got to make this, which is a piece that you need to build to get this thing moving and create its own momentum. So we're really excited about that. So so we're going to talk about different skill sets, Jen. We're talking about where you should put them under your personal leg. There's actually a play here that we're going to show you that top people have done. Okay. So Colise, Michelle, okay, that's a personal comment. You're asking for those who may not understand. Kevin, did I answer it? Let me know, brother. Kelly, thank you. You're welcome. Colise, hey, Michelle. Okay. Well, yeah, you aren't going to lose your downline, guys. You're not. This is going to build you faster. Binary
now when we
level
bring
hybrids.
people in, they're going to end up placed under people. So
yeah,
we're all going to share in that.
It's going to move. So how cool it would be if we're putting people in, if we bring people in, we can't build our front line. We got to put them under people in our downline.
Customer, brand partner. Customer.
What if your upline, the person that brought you in, is doing the same thing? Can you see how this could start building faster, right? So that's part of what we got here.
And I don't know, Randy would know. Are they members, brand partners? Who knows? It's not important now. But
don't know. Bob Campbell made a great point. Is this a breakaway comp plan, Ray Lopez? I don't see it as a breakaway. I've not heard that at all. So I'd say no. That would be perhaps a conversation directly with Randy or with the new VPs. Val, if you permit me to suggest, Val's got a huge amount of knowledge, guys. This launch plus a binary unilevel hybrid gives us a big incentive to talk to experienced networkers, bingo, who might be interested in a straight unilevel. Guys, this is the time that you're going to see people jumping on board, because when this thing goes official launch, you're going to see a lot of people coming here and running at this really quick. And because of that, your teams are going to grow really fast. So what you want to do right now is focus and create enrolling people now. So they're going to be near the top of the binary in your legs, as we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to build fast and build faster. Okay. So yeah, Heather, binary on the front end. I don't know if you just hopped on. Binary on the front end to build it, and the unilevel for the matching checks. There's fast start programs. They got some other cool things I haven't gotten into. Let me chat about this.
Join to the end of the year or until launch.
Kevin, be very, very afraid of the cruise. I'm not going now, okay? Because you scare me. Lots of dark and stormy.
Ooh.
Yeah, babe. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so there was something else somebody said here I want to talk. Loving the comments and questions, guys. Oh, a couple of things we learned. This company's going to be running their own ads. They're going to be focusing and bringing people to one website. You'll have a code, so you can hand out to your people. So when people come there and put in your code, they're going to get that wholesale price. They're going to get handled cleanly. But one of the keys here, when you do a lot of replicated websites like we've had with Tavala, and most companies have, you don't get any traction in what's called SEO, which is search engine optimization. So because search engines like the Googles and all the search engines, they don't look at tavala.biz/Dave and Joy. They only really look at tavala.biz. So this company has said, we're going to make this really efficient, create one main website that we can put a lot of money into in creating for ads on Facebook, other social media, to draw people to this. Now, if they have your code, they're going to get a better price and they're going to feel like you took care of them. If they are a true orphan, meaning they found it through the company's marketing and like that, the company is going to drip on them and make sure they have either said, I want to earn money, I want to learn more, how do I be part of this? And then they're going to distribute all those leads to people who are actually focused in creating a business here. So this is a really powerful piece of growing your business as a company they want to take care of. They're putting the money, creating and the expense of the website, the SEO, and drawing and driving these leads and doing it professionally instead of doing what I've had to do for years, trying to always figure out how to set up autoresponder series and how to do capture pages. Frankly, I don't have the skill set. What if they're allowed to pay some people the real money that have that skill set? Imagine how that has us grow. So that was one that I thought was pretty cool. What else did we jot down? Because we had a bunch of stuff on here, guys. They're going to use a different back office, Zigo. I think I'm saying it right, instead of InfoTrax, which InfoTrax that Tavala has been using, real stable company, but their reporting system doesn't give me a lot of clarity. This new one is actually more vibrant. A lot of international companies use it. I may be saying it wrong. Zigo, XZO, I don't know how it's pronounced. So we got some really cool things coming on the ad. They will have an app. They are not going to charge. They're not planning on nickel and diming for a website or for an app, any of that stuff. They think that should be yours. Man, we got a bunch of cryptic notes here. I'm not sure where our other pages are.
I threw mine away.
The other piece is the main financial person here, investor, is a strong believer in training. So that's going to be a major portion of this that you're going to see coming. There will be two prices. It's going to be retail and wholesale.
Yeah.
Right. So that's going to give you a great conversation of, if somebody wants to be a customer, please let them be a customer. But if they want a better price and they want to start sharing, then they're going to want to look at being a member. So I'm going to see if there's any of the last. Ray, that is an awesome point. Ray said, I think this will be great in bringing back inactive reps.
Oh,
stinking yes.
That's
where we've been missing that. That's going to be one of the first steps here. You're right on that.
Yep, absolutely.
Fast starts in the unilevel, in residual, and the binary. Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen the whole thing laid out. There's going to be fast starts. The unilevel is really for the matching checks, and the binary is going to be for the fast build. For those of you who are brand new to this industry, if we're sound like we're talking Greek,
don't worry about it.
We apologize. You'll get it all. You'll get this. Okay, we'll make sure that you do. Okay, Rich say for somebody with no personalized websites, Jen. No, this is going to be a lot simpler. Exigo. Okay, that's how it's pronounced. Exigo. That's like not having an ego. Okay, fine. Stephanie, would they still be leaving the payment via hyperwallet? Not sure how that's going to happen. There's going to be obviously an international payment system. Hyperwallet's the biggest. I didn't realize they were actually bought out by PayPal, which is interesting. So yeah, they're going to have. Rich is saying yes, it'll still be hyperwallet.
Perfect.
Okay, so cool stuff. So guys, got into a lot more detail than we thought would tonight. But I guess the bottom line,
we're excited.
We're excited. We're in. I've not seen the level of expertise like what we saw today, really, which makes me really comfortable. And I want that, and if you haven't seen it quite yet, I want that to allow that to settle into your own soul, your own heart, and have you be more comfortable with what we're seeing here. We've edited this out. This morning, I didn't know if we'd be here this evening. Right now, I'm sure we're supposed to be here. And if you want to grow, take a look at being here with us and staying here. So I think we got something special here. I don't know why it landed in our lap, but we got some big goals and we don't know how it's going to show up, but this happens to be one of the ways.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
I would.
You know.
Yeah.
Any last comments that I'm seeing here? Bob, thanks, Bob. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, Kevin. You're welcome, TC. I'm excited too, Jen. Joy, Jen says, Joy, you look gorgeous. That blue is your color. She's a hottie. I'm one lucky
This
boy.
is exactly what I look like when I got out of bed today. I don't have a lot of hair to brush. I have no makeup on. So funny you said blue because I told Dave this is purple and he said, no, it's blue. And I said, it's purple. So
she's perfect. She's perfect except colorblind. No, it's good. So
Thank
Richard
you.
and Kathy, Richard Schaefer and Kathy are super excited. They've got a call coming up. If you're part of their Tavala team world, they're going to share their insights.
They've got a whole different take on it because they were there.
She is, Jen. Oh, Kevin says he knows Kent and Craig, and they're the real deal. Yes, they are. Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Sorry. You can buy me a drink. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you, brother. Charlie, thank you. So hope that was helpful. Hope they got it. I'm going to turn this into YouTube. So if you guys want to share it and, with other people, we know we've had other people from other teams reach out, and we just felt the need to get our own eyeballs on this and to kind of tear it apart and look at it. And I don't have any red flags. There's nothing between my heart and what I think this company wants to do. How do you feel about that?
I feel the same.
Yeah.
Yep. And we needed to take our own process because we didn't want to direct anyone where our heart wasn't.
No.
So we're the real deal.
And so if you guys need some processing or need to have conversation or like that, yeah, call Rich, call Rent. No, call us. We're here for that. This whole industry, this whole business is about relationships. It's about you feeling good about where you're moving and how you're moving and speed that you're moving. We're convinced this is where we're supposed to be. It's been a long couple of days as we've been processing this and our decision not to go to Utah. But it did give us a certain perspective and did give us some hour and a half quiet time with these people to ask what we wanted to ask without other people rudely interrupting our thought process.
I didn't even know if I'd have a question, but I certainly.
Oh my goodness. Joy, one of the biggest questions for all you women out there, Joy asked Craig.
Where are the guys? I mean, where are the women?
Where are the women here?
We see this whole lineup.
Bunch of guys. So,
Tavala, Yeah, where are the women? That was a good conversation because they do understand that they're going to be targeting for women. It's in our DNA. It's going to be.
It is.
Women.
Women naturally develop community. They network. Us guys, we're out there, you know, kill animal, bring back meat. Where the women are creating that
Sharing, caring.
Yeah. So there's a huge piece. So Joy represented you guys. I'm just telling you.
You did.
Anyway,
we want more women stepping up, standing out.
Yeah. Needs to be congruent. That needs to happen. So that's what we got tonight, guys. Any final comments?
No, that's it. That was much longer than you told me it was going to be.
But one of us shouldn't be talking so much. So, guys, we love you. We're looking forward to this journey. It just got distinctly brighter, distinctly clearer. There's now a path on how to get there. And we're going to unload and just start bringing everything we've got with all the new ideas and how you can best utilize it to move yourself forward. Okay. But
Great opportunity.
Right now, get excited. Start thinking about how you can reconnect with people that you've enrolled, like Ray was talking about. Start thinking about how you can now have conversations with people that they can move forward, especially between now and the official launch of Viiva. And we'll go from there. Yes, ma'am.
Some of our best people in the past, they weren't quite ready. You know, that's happened to us. We weren't either, you know, with our former company. They didn't want to miss out. Yeah, I'll get in. And they became top leaders all of a sudden because there was momentum. They had people put under them. They got motivated. They realized that whatever their dream was in their life, they could achieve it because this was a vehicle. Yeah. And they went on to make thousands of dollars quickly per month. So those of you who are in our past company, if you're listening, you know who you are. And it was pretty magical. So we're expecting some good things to happen for a lot of people who have some dreams, you know. Yeah.
So no, we're here for you. No, we love you guys. And I don't know if I've ever said this before. Make it a fantastic evening.
You absolutely deserve it. Is that what you're going to say? Of course it was.
I pull this on Joy all the time. Guys, we love you. Have a great evening. We'll talk to you soon.
He didn't pull out the guitar, though, tonight to sing to you.
You're welcome. See you guys. Talk soon. Bye.
Thanks.
Now.